Let's start with that breaking news. Former Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Moerane has died, succumbing to injuries sustained in a car accident last week. He leaves behind his wife and 4 children. So let's speak to our reporter Lindokuhle Xulu. Linda, good evening once more. You are still at the Mill Park Hospital where the former mayor passed away just over an hour ago now. The family making that announcement within half an hour of his death as well.
That's right, Sally. The family coming out through their spokesperson, that is Mike Maile, to announce that Mpho Moerane has succumbed to the injuries of his accident. We understand that last week he was driving towards Lindokuhle, a suburb here in Johannesburg, when his car rolled over for about 3 times. We understand that he was hospitalized from that point on until today, and medical staff, including specialists, were brought in to deal with his injuries. He's been unconscious since the accident and since he was brought into this hospital, the Mill Park Hospital just behind me. And finally the family today announcing that unfortunately, after much concerted effort from medical professionals, after much hope and much praying, particularly from his family that has been by his side since the beginning of this, since he was brought into the hospital, unfortunately he succumbed to those injuries. Let's take a listen to Mike Maile, who briefed the media earlier on in terms of the passing of Mayor Mpho Moerane.
Comrade Mpho was admitted at the intensive care unit section of this hospital, where he received maximum medical expert treatment, support and care around the clock for injuries he sustained. He sadly did not respond positively to treatment, and with heavy hearts and deep sorrow, we confirm we lost our beloved Mpho this afternoon, and his passing has deeply pained us. Let me add that he was certified dead at 1754. Mpho was a well-known activist, full of life, determined and committed to work for his community. The family would like to acknowledge the continued outpouring messages of support by the public and formations. We appeal that at this moment his family be afforded the time and space to reflect and reconcile on overcoming this tragedy. We will endeavor to inform the public on all due arrangements. The family will liaise with all relevant structures accordingly, and we urge everyone to keep them in their prayers. Mr. Moerane is succeeded by his wife, File, 4 kids, his mother, and siblings.
And you know, it's really awful that we have to actually talk about this, but in the days before his death, sadly, spitefully, there were rumours that he had already died. And this, of course, just causing the family pain at a very difficult time. They spoke about that as well this afternoon.
Well, that's right, Sally. Many a times the family had to communicate through the media and through statements to say that Mpho Moerane, the former mayor of the city of Johannesburg, had not passed away. This was amidst speculations of him, many people on social media flagging that he has passed away. But the family going through an incredibly difficult time, camping here each and every day, hoping that he would wake up. They've had to also deal with the fact that there's been speculation, there have been rumors about him passing away. In fact, one of the most painful things that we listened to when we were briefed about the former mayor's passing was Mike Maile saying that unfortunately Mpho Moerane was killed many a times before his death. And this, of course, is today. But he was speaking about the incredible pain that the family has been put through, speaking also about hoping that social media users, as well as social media, guidelines would do differently in terms of guarding and curbing some of these actions that they've seen. But let's take a listen again to Mike Maile, just giving us a sense, really, of some of the difficulties they've had to face when it comes to these speculations of Mpho Moerane passing away before they had announced it, which was today, just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Mpho was killed many times before being certified dead by those qualified to do so. And I do not know, neither will I understand why people continued spreading rumors despite us giving them an assurance that Mpho was still alive. It beats me. I do not understand and will never ever understand. Like I said, it traumatized the family, and it was a very sad and unfortunate happening. I do not wish it upon any other person, and I hope the abuse of social media stops, because you hurt people. You cannot post and repost unverified information. Before posting, stop and ask yourself, is it worth being posted? Has it been verified? Could it be hurtful to somebody else? And unfortunately, those that posted did not stop and ask themselves those questions.
Yeah, just so very sad. And of course, our thoughts are with Mpho Moerane's family and friends at this time. We also know, of course, that it's been a devastating time for the ANC in the greater Johannesburg region, having lost 3 mayors, really. Jeff Makubo to COVID-19 last year, Jolidi Matongo in a car accident, and of course for a brief while Mpho Moerane was also Johannesburg Mayor until the November elections. He too now having succumbed to injuries in a car accident. So the ANC in the region must be completely devastated as well. Thank you so much for bringing us the details on the story. I'm sure there's much more information to come through. That's our reporter there, Lindokuhle Xulu at Mill Park Hospital.